Quick overview of the adding and subtraction fraction study guide. So I'm changing an improper fraction to a mixed number. So it means I need to divide. 23/5 means 23 over 5, or 23 divided by 5 goes 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, I got 3. Remember, my remainder's coming up here. And my denominator was 5. My denominator always is going to stay 5 then. So it equals 4 3/5. 19 divided by 3 goes 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 left over, so it equals 6 1/3. 31/4 is really 31 divided by 4 goes 7 times for 28. 3 left over, so it equals 7 3/4. Simplify the lowest terms. It's not an improper fraction, so I'm going to divide the top and bottom by the same number, and the things I like to divide by are 10, 5, 2, and 3. So this one won't go by 10, 5, or 2, but I can divide it by 3. So I'm dividing top and bottom by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Both of these look like multiples of 5. So 25 divided by 5 is 5. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Can't go any lower. Both of these are even, so I could divide by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Oh, they're both still even, so I can divide by 2 again. Some people may have noticed at the beginning that you could have divided them both by 4. And you would have gotten the same answer. Okay. Add. Don't forget to convert to a mixed number or simplify the lowest terms. Okay. I can't add these right now because they don't have the same denominator. But looking very quickly, I can see I could change the 2 to a 4 by just taking it times 2. So I'm going to also take the 1 times 2. So 1/2 is really the same as 2/4. Now, don't forget to add. 3/4 plus 2/4 is 5/4. Improper fraction, so I'm going to need to simplify. 5 divided by 4, it goes 1 time with 1 left over, so it equals 1 1/4. Over here, 3, I cannot change it to a 5 easily, so I'm going to do cross multiply butterfly. If you wanted to do LCM, you would still get a 15 as your LCM. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10. 12 fifteenths plus 10 fifteenths would equal 22 fifteenths. And I'm going to need to change it from improper to a mixed. And I get 1 7 fifteenths. Again, I can't change the 2 to a 7 easily. So I'm going to do cross multiply butterfly. My new denominator is going to be 14ths. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 7 is 7. 4 14ths plus 7 14ths equals 11 14ths. And that one's good. There's nothing to simplify. Okay. This time I have 3 numbers that I need to do. So I can do this a couple of ways. I can find LCM of all of them and change each one. So if I would count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20. Count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And if I count by 2s, I'm going to stop there because I know 20 is an even number. So I know if I count on down here, I'm going to have 20. So I want to change each of these to 20ths. So I'm going to write my problem vertically because I like it that way better. And I want to change each of these to 20ths. So I got to take the 5 times 4, which means I'm taking the 2 times 4 and get 8 20ths. 2 times 10, so 1 times 10 equals 10. 4 times 5, so 3 times 5 equals 15. I add these up, 8, 10, 15, be 33 20ths. When I divide it out, it's going to go 1 time with 13 left over, so it equals 1 13 20ths. Subtracting is going to be the same kind of thing we just did with adding. Take a fast look. Can I change the 3 to a 15? Yeah, all I got to do is times 5. So which means I'm going to take 2 times 5, which equals 10. So now I have 10 fifteenths minus 4 fifteenths equals 6 fifteenths. I'm pretty sure we simplified that one up above. That was one of the simplifying questions. So it equals 2/5. 3/4 minus 1/6. Cannot change the 4 to a 6 easily, so I'm going to cross multiply butterfly. If you did LCM, you would get a little bit easier problem. 6 times 3 is 18. 4 times 1 is 4. 18 24ths minus 4 24ths equals 14 24ths. So if you found LCM, you would have had 12, and you wouldn't have to do this step where you divided by 2 right here. But it doesn't make any difference because we're both going to end up with 7/12. Can't change 2 to 5. Cross multiply butterfly. 6/10 minus 5/10 equals 1/10. Simple as it'll go. I can change the 5 to a 10 easily, so I'm just going to take this one times 2. And I got 4/10 over here. And apparently I have a mistake on that one. So let's just mark it out, because when I made it, 3/10 minus 4/10 is not something you could do. Because it would really be negative 1/10. Granny had 7/8 of a pound of sugar. She used 1/2 a pound making brownies. How much does she have left? Left tells me I'm going to need to subtract. So what did she start with? 7/8. She used up half of it. Because I'm subtracted, I need to get my denominators the same. I can change a 2 to an 8 easily by multiplying times 4. So this is now 4/8. 7/8 minus 4/8 equals 3/8, and it was 3/8 of a pound. Complete with greater than, less than. Easiest way to compare these is I have to get the denominator the same, so I'm cross multiplying butterfly again. 8 times 3 is 24. And my computer just glitched because it's writing really slow for some reason. There we go. He's back working now. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 24ths is more than 15 24ths. Over here, 5 times 8 equals 40. 3 times 8, 24. 4 times 5, 20. 3/5 is more than 4/8. Bobo's kittens weigh 1/3 and 1/5 of a pound. How much do they weigh together? Together tells me I'm going to add. So I got 1/3 plus 1/5. Need to get a common denominator, which is going to be 15. When I cross multiply butterfly, 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. 5/15 plus 3/15 equals 8/15. Dave has 8 fish, 6 gerbils, and 3 cats. What fraction of his pets are fish? Okay, so some people like to do this. Since there are 8 fish, I'm just going to put an F for all the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 gerbils. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 cats. What fraction of his pets are fish? So I count the number of fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of the number of denominators, always how many in all? So there's 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. What fraction of the shapes are triangles? Same kind of thing. Count my triangles. I got 4. Count number of shapes in all. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. 4/15, and it will not simplify. Least common multiple of 6 and 8. I'm going to count by 6's. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Count by 8's. 8, 16, 24. There we go. I got a match right there. So 24 is the least common multiple. Notice if I multiplied, I would have had 48. So LCM is a little bit different. Complete the chart. Okay. I want to get my number to have 100 for the denominator because it makes it easy for me to do. So there's 4 of these in 100, 4 of these in $1. Quarter worth 25. 25 times 1 equals 25. 25 hundredths, I just write it like it is. Percent also has the word cent in there. Percent means out of 100. So when I got 25 out of 100, that's 25%. And also 25 cents, if this was money, is the same as 25%. So over here I see this looks like 2 cents. So that would be 2%. And 2% means 2 out of 100. 22%, 22 out of 100. And it's also like saying 22 cents. 7/10, doesn't have 100 for the bottom, so I'm going to take it times 10, times 10, 70 hundredths, which would look like this. 70 hundredths, and 70%. 0.6, don't get tricked. Right, this is 6/10. If you wanted to write that this way, I'm good with that. I can also add the 0 on so it looks like cents. So now I have 60 cents, not 6 cents, 60 cents, which would be 60%. And 60% means 60 out of 100. So I could have had either one of those answers over here. 53 hundredths. Looks like 53 hundredths because there's my tenths in my hundredths place. It also looks like 53 cents, so 53%. 50% looks like 50 cents. And this would be 50 out of 100. Right away, I remember my factors of 100. I can divide both of those by 50. And this would equal 1/2. What's the perimeter of the field? Perimeter means the distance all the way around. So I need all 4 sides. That's 3/7. That one's also 1/3. So I'm adding my 2 3/7. 3/7 plus 3/7 is 6/7. 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. Now I can add those two together. So I'm going to cross multiply butterfly. I had 7 times 3 for 21, 6 times 3 for 18, 2 times 7 for 14. 18 plus 14 is 32 over 21. Going to need to divide it. 121 and 32. Subtract, I got 11. So it equals 1 and 11/21.